So now we will see the types of the fibroids. Now the fibroid is depending upon its location, the fibroid is divided into two types, that is the body or the corporeal uterine fibroid or the cervical fibroids. So if the fibroids are located in the body of the uterus, like we are seeing over here, then it is called as the body uterine fibroid or the corporeal uterine fibroid. Or if the uterine or the fibroids are situated in the cervical region, then we call it as the cervical fibroids. So the uterine fibroids, so these are the uterine fibroids. Okay, so these are the uterine fibroids. So the uterine fibroids are divided into three types, that is the intramural fibroid, or it is also called as the interstitial uterine fibroid. The second one is the subserous fibroid, and the third one is the submucosal fibroid. Now the most common found uterine fibroid is the intramural uterine fibroid. Almost 75% of the uterine fibroid are the intramural fibroid. Then comes the subserosal fibroid. 15% of the uterine fibroids are the subserosal fibroid, and the rarest are the submucosal fibroid. That is 5% are the submucosal fibroid. Okay. Now again, the subserous fibroid are divided into three types. The first one is shown over here, pedunculated. The second one is the broad ligament. Third one is the wandering or parasitic subserosal uterine fibroid. And the submucous fibroid is divided into two types. First one is the sessile and second one is pedunculated. So these are basic three types of the body or the corporeal. Now we'll see deeply about the three types of the body or the corporeal uterine fibroid and its types. The first one is the intramural fibroid, or it is also called as the interstitial fibroid. Okay. Interstitial fibroid. Okay. The interstitial fibroid. Okay, so what are these are the most commonest found. It is almost 75% of the uterine fibroid are the interstitial fibroid. Now the tumor which grows symmetrically and it remains within the myometrial wall is called as the intramural fibroid. You can see over here. Now अगर तुम आसपास के फाइब्रॉइड्स देखो तो वो ज़्यादातर बाहर की तरफ आ गए हैं. They are not inside the uterine cavity or they're not in the myometrial wall. But if you see of the intramural fibroid, they are located inside the myometrium. So the tumor which grows symmetrically, and it will grow equally in size and shape. There will be the symmetrical growth. Okay, and it will always remain in the myometrial wall. These are called as the intramural fibroids. So intramural are which remain inside the myometrial wall. Okay. Now the second one are the subserosal fibroid, and these are 15% of the uterine fibroid. So what are the subserosal? And these are also called as the subperitoneal. Okay. So the tumor that grows outwards and towards the peritoneal surface, and it always shows the bossy growth. Okay. Now what are subserosal fibroid? They always grow towards the peritoneal cavity. See, the growth is towards the peritoneum, that it is growing outwards, it is out of the uterine cavity. These are called as the subserous, and they are always growing towards the peritoneal cavity, so they are also called as the subperitoneal uterine fibroids. Now, subserosal uterine fibroids are divided into three types. First one is the pedunculated subserous fibroid. See. So the subserous fibroid which grows towards the peritoneal cavity, but the pedicle or the root is attached to the uterine cavity over here, see, and this is completely covered by the peritoneum because it is growing inside the peritoneum cavity. Okay, so this is called as the pedunculated subserosal fibroid. The second one is the wandering parasitic subserous fibroid. Now what happens, sometimes this pedicle gets torn over here. Okay, this pedicle will get torn over here. See, and after, when this pedicle gets torn or cut, the fibroid, for its nourishment, that for its growth, it always needs a blood supply, and for its nourishment and its vascular support, it gets attached to the organ which is present inside the peritoneal cavity, or it might also get attached to the omentum, that is the intestine. There might be the presence of adhesions. For its nutritional support, it will get attached to the peritoneal organ, and this is called as the wandering or parasitic. It just loses its connectivity to the uterus, so the name is called as wandering. It goes wandering into the peritoneal cavity. And why it is called as parasitic? Because for its nourishment, it gets attached to the another peritoneal organ. Okay, so it is called as the parasitic subserosal. And the third one is the broad ligament. See, the broad ligament, if this is the broad ligament, see, okay, what happens, this uterine fibroid, the subserosal fibroid, sometimes this intramural fibroid, here is intramural fibroid, it gets pushed away outwards from the uterine cavity. It leaves the uterine cavity and it settles in between the two leaves of the broad ligament. Okay, it will come over here inside the broad ligament. So it is called as the broad ligament fibroid, or it is also called as the pseudo broad ligament fibroid. See, why pseudo? Because it is not originated itself in the broad ligament. It was firstly the intramural fibroid and it was pushed away in between the leaves of the broad ligament. So pseudo broad ligament fibroid. These were the three types of the subserosal fibroid. Now we'll move forward towards the third type, that is the submucosal fibroid, and it is the 5%. Okay, I'll just erase this. The third one is the submucosal fibroid. Now when the intramural fibroid, see over here, is pushed inwards into the uterine cavity, okay, and the submucosal fibroid lies beneath the endometrium, it is called as the submucous fibroid. See over, it is laid beneath the, some part of the fibroid is laid beneath the endometrium. It lies inside the uterine cavity and hence it is called as the submucosal fibroid. Now there are two types, that is the sessile, we are seeing over here, and the second one is the pedunculated. You could see the pedicle over here. That is the second type, that is the pedunculated submucosal fibroid. Now, sometimes what happens, the submucous fibroid push itself downwards towards the vagina, okay? It's pushed towards the vagina and by a pedicle, and it is called as, so it will come over here, okay? So this is called as the submucous myomatous polyp. Submucous myomatous polyps. So these were the type of the uterine fibroids, that is the intramural fibroid, the subserous fibroid, and the submucosal fibroid. The most commonest is the 75%, that is the interstitial or the intramural fibroid.